There's a lot of emotional trauma that gets stuck in our body, and a lot of times if there's injuries associated with that, some of those emotions that have been suppressed starts coming up again. Whatever is not getting expressed is being internalized. I was exposed myself to some very potent body work that really lingered and stayed in the back of my mind and led to me initially becoming a massage therapist. I came across this young guy who was like 19, 20 or so, and he was telling me how he did these physical treatments and he did these emotional treatments. And I was really curious about that. I asked if he would do one of these emotional treatments on me. He had me lay down on my back, and then he was like roaming around me and he was pushing all these places on my body. At that point I didn't necessarily know that it was meridians. And then at the end of it, he sat down behind me, rested his palms very lightly on my shoulders, and then just guided me through the rhythmical, deep, semi-natural breathing. All of a sudden, I started having this emotional response that came out through, a lot of laughter and so on. And there was even a point where my hands started seizing up like this. I had to pry them open. So that was a very powerful experience for me. I wasn't sure what it was doing to me, but I was for sure that it stirred up something. And the fact that he could barely touch me and still create such a strong emotional response was very fascinating to me. So that lingered in the back of my head. Fast forward a couple of years, and I found myself at a human garage. A common theme here is that people are very curious and passionate about holistic health in whatever way we each interpret that. And we each have a very diverse background, which collectively brings a very interesting wealth of knowledge together. Fascia is this connective tissue that runs through the entire body. One of its main purposes is to hold everything in place. Everything is interconnected through the fascia. If it's getting tight in one end of it, it affects the entire sheet as a whole. If you take and you pull the corner of a curtain and you hold on to that corner of that curtain, the whole curtain is going to be crooked until you let go. Fascia has a lot to dictate as far as tension patterns go throughout our entire body. That consists of physical tensions as well as emotional tension. Fascia also seems to have a certain direction of flow, kind of like the current in a river. And if you honor that flow, it promotes more of that untwerking and relaxing. So we are constantly stimulating the body in the direction that we believe is beneficial for it. Fascial flow is not very intense, it's very mild, it's very soothing. There's a lot of elements that create healing atmosphere, essential oils and hot towels and so on, but it's very therapeutic at the same time. It's not a spa massage per se. We're really trying to help people get out of their own way and let the body do its natural ability to self-align. So if you're curious about the human garage, coming into a fascial flow is a great way of getting introduced to what we do here. It's an experience that is great with helping to alleviate a lot of tension and misalignment.